Happy December 8, everybody. Thank you for joining me, Wanda, at Wanda's Workbasket, for all things creative and crafty with a little bit of inspiration mixed in. Thank you for joining me today on our Advent journey. Just to remind you that this is our Happy Planner calendar with stickers for our planners. And today is number 8. I'm going to open number 8 here. Here we go. Number 8. Ooh, cute. Like red and white ribbons. They can come in handy on the calendar. Very nice. I just noticed this on the back of this page. It has holiday bucket list. So you can add your own, like the things you want to do over the holiday on here. Isn't that cute? Okay. Now, since we do not have the Diamond Art Club today, we go to Cateared. Day number 8. It's a little one off to the side here. Day number 8. Let's see what's in this little goodie. Ooh, it's another everlasting placer, and it's a 4-placer, my favorite. I like how thin they are, how thin the walls are, so you can really get them in between the drills. Oh, I like that a lot. Awesome. I haven't yet reached out to the Cateared the Cateared designer of this Advent calendar. We didn't get drills with yesterday's coasters, so I will reach out to them and find out if we were supposed to, or if it's something we're supposed to use our spare drills with, that kind of thing. Find out for you, okay? Meanwhile, we have our craft, our day 8 craft. And where is number 8? Ooh, it's the big one in here. Let's find out what our number 8 is going to be. I like the colors in this kit. I like how bright and fun they are. Now these things are really nice to, this would be a great kit for kids to do an Advent craft every day. Alright, now I'm going to put this away. We have a whole bunch of fuzzy pom-poms with those little gold flecks in them. We have a styrofoam cone. We have a black piece of paper that has like fringing on the edges of it. We have 2 gold sticky foam stars and instructions. Oh, this is going to be cute. Okay, let me show you. We are going to make a Christmas tree with pom-poms. That ought to be fun. So as we make this together, we should have some time to do. Oh, this is the stem, and the fringy part is so that it opens up and becomes part of the stem here. So I do have our hot glue gun warming up so that we could use it here. I did, but it's not warming up, so what's the problem here? It wasn't completely plugged in. Okay. Okay, it wasn't completely plugged in, but we can mess with this a bit first. All right. I can put a second coat of paint on our snow person from the first day. Yeah, let me do that a while. Let me see if it gets darker when I put a second coat on it. A little bit. You can still see the clay underneath it, though. I put too much of the medium in with it, I think. I know, I said I was going to get regular acrylic white paint and just get it over with and paint it white, and I will. I just wanted to see. Yeah, that was my mistake. That's not them. The first one that we used was the brown for the little reindeer thing. That was quite opaque. So, definitely this is my problem here with the snow person. Oh well. I'm glad that I have white paint laying around. I'm sure you do too. And I thank you for taking the time to hang out with me these days for our Advent calendar openings. It's a little surprise every day. I get to hang out with y'all. I imagine that you're getting some nice crafty time in while you watch these, so that we're crafting together in the meantime. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make this into a ring. Glue black paper on the white cone. I'm going to spread these little fringes out. I'm going to bring you in just a little bit and kind of see more of what I'm doing. Spread the fringes out, and first I'm going to like glue it in a circle before I stick it down to the bottom. So I think I have enough now. Enough cool, warm now? Do I? Come on. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Okay. Now I'm going to glue this together. Alright. And the fringes are just so that it opens up a bit and sits well on the bottom here. It kind of covers up the white on the bottom too. So let me do that. Put globs around the edge of the foam. Now usually when you put hot glue on foam, I don't guarantee it, but sometimes it melts it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it melts it. I'm going to see that it's on nice. Okay, that'll stand up by itself. Now I'm going to move the stars over here, and it just says to start at the bottom and keep going around and around and around until all the pom-poms are glued on. Okay, we can do that. It doesn't tell us anymore to cut a piece of string, but I'm going to. Cut a piece of gold string to glue to the top. I'm going to do that first, because that's our hangers. I'm curious why it doesn't tell us to do that anymore, but whatever. Okay, here we go. I'm going to glue that right to the top. And the stars go on either side of this. Okay. Alright, come on. Hold on there. I always get my fingers messed up in it, you know? I always drag my fingers into it. Here we go. Alright, so let's spread them out there. And see if we can't get this done randomly here. Let's just make a small bead part way around and start gluing them. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. It's going to be kind of funny looking when they're done, isn't it? Oh. Come on. Pink. Navy blue. I'm just going to be pretty random at this because I don't want it to come out into a pattern. To look like a pattern when it's done. Which it just may do anyway if I Don't do it right. Let me... Oh, there's a purple one in there. I don't think I have a purple one on the bottom row. Okay. Oh, that's too close to the other one there. Alright, we got our first row going. If I have any left over, I'm going to stick a couple right around the bottom there. But I want to make sure we have enough to go up the ring here. Yeah. Okay. I just don't want to put too close together. That has been close together already. I don't have... Let's see. You gotta tell me if you see something that I should be doing differently. I appreciate advice. We can all do better each time, right? I think these really need to be like shoved on. Red, purple, blue, orange. Oh my goodness. I didn't really think I'd be making a pom-pom Christmas tree tonight. Yeah, okay. Alright. Now I should be able to go halfway around with the glue gun each time. Alright. Now I'm starting to second guess myself. What's close? What's not close? I don't want to get them too close to each other here. I'm going to keep squeezing them in. Gee whiz. Okay. So what would you like to talk about today? How's your week been going? I haven't heard any more from my kids. I've been getting more things in the mail to show you lately. More kits coming during the week that I can show you. I have a new light pad that I hope you got the chance to look at. Light pad for diamond painters is a fantastic investment. I don't know what I would do without mine, to be honest. I have a little handheld size that I use for the paint gems, the mini masterpieces, and I love it. It's it's in my hands, and I can keep it in my hands and work around it that way. And it lights up right through the little painting, and I can see what I'm doing. I love it. I have some other tools that I am going to show you soon too, that I've gotten recently that I think you'll enjoy. I've shown you some of them during the unwrappings, but I haven't really... come on now. Come on, you got to come all the way out. That's it. But I haven't really shown you them in use, and I want to do that. I definitely want to do that. They, just trying to stick all these down as quickly as possible. Oh, I had two purples on top of each other. Ah, you know what? This is starting to melt the foam underneath it. That's not That's not going to work well. Maybe it was too hot. Ooh. That's a shame. Alright, so far so good. We'll just keep going here. I'm just not going to do too much at a time. Oy, 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 oy. Doink. We'll do as much as we can here without it falling apart. Yeah, I wish that... I don't think some of these crafts are tested before they get sent on. And, you know, it doesn't matter for me so much, but if I had kids that I was leading this with, if I had kids who were doing this craft and it would like fall apart on me, on them, I would really be upset. Very much so. So it's not about me. It's about the craft, about other kids making the craft. All right, I do have enough to put some around the bottom, and it looks like it's going to hold together well enough to you know, to be okay once it hardens up. There's some white spots in here that I think I'll add an extra pom-pom in. I'm just going around checking for other white spots. Here's another one. Yeah. Oy. This whole top is going to come right off. There's one in there. Add two. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to go around the bottom edge a little bit at a time. It'll glue right down to the cardboard here. So I'm not going to worry about it. Getting through to the styrofoam. Yeah, I like that around the bottom. It hides all that nastiness underneath here. What do you think? Okay. So what else can we talk about today? Did you hear anything inspirational? Did you read anything inspirational that you'd like to share? I'd really love to, if you want to email me anything that you have found inspirational, that you think would be fun for me to, or, you know, not fun, but would be meaningful to others, that you would like me to talk about, feel free to email it to me. And I will be glad to mention you and to mention the comment. You can add your own little inspirational ideas with it, why it's inspirational to you, if you'd like. You don't have to, but it would be really nice to have your voice heard as well as mine. Oh, gee, look at that coming apart here. Thought so. Oh, kind of gooping it down here. I'm just pulling on it too much. Alright, I'm going to put the rest of the pom-poms away. We still have our nutcracker to do for today, huh? Let's see where, yep, I thought it was. Okay. Now the star at the top. It's a sticker, but I think I'm also going to use hot glue to stick the foam to itself because I don't completely trust it. Here we go, let me see. And I'm going to have the thread coming up through the middle of it. So I'm going to have the star here. I'm going to have the thread coming up through the middle of it. Come on. Then I'm going to put some hot glue on this side of it. And then stick it together. And hold it together. There. Well, I'm not going to put this on the tree until I know, on our little thing until I know it's going to hold up. But let me pull you back a little bit so you can actually see the tree. Done. Okay, kind of cute. There we go. I'm going to put it just sitting down here. There we go. Okay, stay sitting. Come on. Stay there. Okay, I'm going to unplug my glue guns before I forget it. Okay. Alright, now let's pick a nutcracker for today. Crunchy, crunchy. Oh, okay. The dark red one. Okay. We are not yet halfway through our Advent journey together. Did you know that? That's right. I'll have to find new ways to engage with you guys every day after this. Bring you in again. Okay. Here is the nutcracker. Move that over here. Get our little boat and our little wax pencil. And what to start with? I'll start with the white again, the clear ones. Do any of you read a devotional or read an inspirational magazine or something every day? I used to read devotionals a lot, and I still have a few that I liked from the time when I was doing that. Maybe I'll introduce some of them to you. Some of them are no longer in print though, but you might be able to find some out of print books on Amazon. But right now I like Bella Grace, the magazine by Stampington and Company. Do you know that one? Bella Grace. They do one season, so for a year, and they have inspirational readings in there. They have a poem or two. They have some like deep thoughts. Let's see, 7 would probably be the next one to go in. Yeah, I can do 7s. Where are 7? Here it is. Like some of the winter ones right now are warm and cozy. They talk about hot chocolate. They talk about things that you can do to get outside and moving even if it's cold out. They have people from around the world sending in their articles and sharing their ideas and inspiration with each other. And it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. It is so beautifully done. I'll bring one next time with me and I can show you the Bella Grace, the winter one. I highly recommend it for inspirational thoughts. It's not a Christian magazine, it's more of an artistic magazine. Kind of like, the old Ideal magazines used to be, but an updated and gorgeous version of that. Now, if you know what I'm talking about with the Ideal magazines, you'll know you'll date yourself along with my generation. You can still find a few that are, donated to local, like, library sales and secondhand stores and things. But they used to have poems and prayers and things in them that you might want to read during the holiday coming up. And they would do one for every holiday. They had Mother's Day and, July 4th, and which is our Independence Day. They would have the obvious ones, Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving, Norman Rockwell style type thing. And the pictures in them were either hand drawn and colored by an artist or pictures of photographs. And the Bella Grace is mostly photographs. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous photographs. If any of you make glue books, this one would be a wonderful magazine to make into a glue book because, number one, it's sturdy, it's thick, and the photography is already gorgeous. So you might want to use some of them as is and glue around it. Anyway, I will link Bella Grace in the description box below. If you just search online for Stampington and Company or Bella Grace, you will find it. It's not cheap. Another magazine that I'd love to go through and do the crafts in them and read the little articles and have fun with it is Daphne, Daphne, Daphne's Diary from the UK. And that's not cheap to get mailed over here, but it's gorgeous. They're perfect for glue books too. They have a craft in it that you can pull out, and it's like a paper craft that you can do. It has ideas for having, beautifying your home and relationships, and includes pets and kids, and it's beautiful. It's her own artwork, drawings, and photographs, along with her own ideas that she's collected, photos from places she's been. It's absolutely beautiful. So I encourage you, if you're interested, to take a look at those two magazines. You will not be disappointed if you are a lover of art like I am. So, and I'll link to Daphne's one below as well. Let's see. And that brings me to my ring. Here we go. Let me put it on so you can see it better. I call her Daphne. She is a sterling silver handmade ring that I got when I was a teenager. So it's, close to 50 years old at this point. And I got it at the hospital around here used to have what they call a lawn fete to raise money for the hospital. And they'd have carnival games and that kind of thing. And they'd have crafters in a tent that you could go and see. And they'd have dances and things like that. And contests during the week. So the crafters tent one time, I fell in love with this ring. I fell in love with it. I could not take my eyes off of it. And as a teenager, you only earn so much as an allowance. Like I think it was $1 a week at that point. And I was not what you would call a saver. So a lot of my allowance already went to candy, to be totally honest. So, I don't know. Do you know what a huckster is? I hear some of you saying yes. A huckster is somebody who would drive around from house to house in a little van, in like a panel van, and bring things to sell to people's homes. Well, we had a huckster that would come every Saturday morning. And while we were eating lunch, and we'd save up our allowance, we'd do our chores on a Saturday just so that we could have our $1 so we could get candy out of the huckster's truck while my mother and grandmother were getting, fresh vegetables and whatever else they needed. He was also the man who raised the guinea pigs. So we knew him from the guinea pigs we used to get every Easter. But anyway, back, what was I saying? Huckster, candy, allowance. Oh, the ring. Goofy me. Yeah, so I borrowed against my allowance. I begged and begged and begged my mom until she just couldn't stand it any longer. I said, Mom, I have to have this ring. I must have this ring. And I said, this is like my whole life here. It was such a beautiful princess, and at that time I was still dreaming that, as teenage girls dream, that you're someday going to be beautiful and princess material, that kind of thing. So that fantasy was still going on in my head from being a kid. So it just was it was like a part of my personality. I had to have it. So I bugged her enough that I borrowed against my allowance and bought the ring, and now I call it Daphne, Daphni. And she's been with me ever since I was a teenager. Every Saturday after that, I didn't get candy for like half a year. I think it must have been a huge amount at that point, like $12 or $18, which in the 70s was quite a lot of money for a teenager to have. But I have had this ring on, not on me the whole time. I left it at home when I went away to college and, on vacation and stuff. I left her home. But I just leave her on my finger now. At that point, the ring was way too big for me to wear, so I didn't wear it a lot. I tried to put the yarn underneath it, how you would wrap yarn underneath to make it smaller. When you're a teenager, you do that to rings that you like that are too big. And I would, later on, when I was older, I would try to get those spacers, the clear spacers, to put in them. And then my finger would sweat, and I'd get rid of that. But after I was pregnant with our kids, my body changed to a point where my fingers got a little fatter. I guess just retaining water or whatever. That now she's perfect size, and I never take it off. So, if you're ever curious about my ring, that's my story behind my ring. And her name is Daphne. Alright, that was the number 2s, and the rest are number 3s. So let me get the number 3s out. This time I'm only opening one bag at a time, so not like the other day when I opened a bunch at a time and came out with a mixture of colors. So do you have anything like that? Do you have anything that you got as a teenager that you still hold precious now? Anything that you saved up your allowance or saved up for and that you still have and treasure? That would be my inspirational thought of the day. If someone a young person in your life really would like to make an investment in something, and they can't get it out of their mind. They just absolutely adore it, and I don't know, maybe indulge them with a little bit of a loan, something that they can earn back, and well, my parents were smart. They bought it for me, but never gave it to me until I earned it. So I had to keep earning it before I could actually get it on my finger. And it was frustrating as heck. But I would visit it in my mom's room. I would visit it. and I would talk to it and talk to myself like, yeah, you can get it, you can get it, keep working on it. And I'd have this countdown calendar so I'd know how much I was earning and how much to take off the ring and when it would be mine, and you know, the whole goal setting thing. And I think that builds character in kids these days when they have to do that. I think kids these days miss out on the challenge of, and the self-esteem of doing something difficult and accomplishing it. You know, the adults in their lives can help facilitate that. And you can't shield your kids from that. They need those experiences. They need those times to be frustrated, to work on something, to know what it's like to work hard on something and earn it. I think that's why a lot of people, you know, out there, a lot of young people quit things because they've never had to work for something before. You know, when they have everything given to them. Now, I know there are a lot of young people out there who say, I didn't have everything given to me. And I get that. But you got to understand that it's for it's character building, and I don't know. You know, we used to have scouting. We used to have sports that you had to work for. You had to get better at. We even had the presidential physical fitness things that you had to like work up to. And as much as I hated it, I do think that it builds character, not getting everything that you want out of life and having to earn it. I do think that's an important feature. So do you remember what you would have worked for as a kid? Do you remember anything that you longed for that you finally got that you still treasure? I'd love to hear that in the comments. I'd love to hear that. If you've never left a comment before, I hope that maybe you would decide to do so and let me know so I can get to know you a little bit. If you're a subscriber here, I would love to have you subscribe and become one of the Wanda's Workbasketers, crafters, and share your wisdom and your crafts and your inspiration together. All right, well, thank you for joining me. Again, I will keep working on that little pot snowman, and we will finish her off together at a new time. Okay? Thank you for joining me, divas. See you tomorrow. Bye.